Well, what is that? Like an hour later, my internet went out. Yeah, because I live in the rural country. My internet is on a satellite dish connected to my house. It goes across the valley to a ridge where there is, the main whatever that connects to whatever. And it goes out. It goes out there, but it also goes out along the line wherever, because I don't know, a tree branch fell somewhere. And these are big trees. So I had quite a few people, and they're probably all went somewhere else now. And I'm like, wow, this is groovy. This is not groovy. Nope. I'm just going to hang out and see if anyone comes back. I mean, it's been a long time, so I don't know. People probably gave up on me and went somewhere else, and they're eating dinner. They went to bed. Whatever. That's what I would be doing. Bummer, man. I'm bummed. I mean, believe me, I spend a lot of time thinking about, what jewelry should I bring? Does this fit in today's category? What about these household items? Have I showed them recently? Are they new? Do they kind of go together? And then lay it out to do a preview. All that stuff, man. It's, recently is a whole thing. And I'm eating Pringles. I'm like stressed out. I noticed that most people don't really even do previews anymore. They do shorts, which is what YouTube wants. They want you to push out shorts that are like 30 seconds, minute tops. So I do a lot of that shorts, but that has to do with living in the country and cool and interesting stuff that I see and that happens in my community. And I put that out as shorts because I think that's really interesting. But it's not related to my vintage business. No, it's not. And, I'll get 2,000 views on those things and like 13 for a preview for a live sale. So I honestly thought about not doing one for this sale at all because, it takes so much time to put together. And then after I put it together and I show it, I have to undo it and put the jewelry with the jewelry and the household where I can reach it kind of, and it's just seems like unnecessary work. But I'm back. My internet, it usually takes, sometimes it's 5 minutes. It's just a little blip. Sometimes it's 20. And sometimes it's an hour. But it does happen every couple weeks. Bro, I'm stressed. So I started eating this very kind of appropriate Halloween looking dude. Although he's supposed to be riding a saddle. He's riding a Pringle. Okay. So I'm back. Like I said, I don't think all my regulars are necessarily coming back at all. But I put all this stuff out here some of this, it's already going on 5 now for me, 8 o'clock for y'all. Maybe people will come back. I'll just start showing some stuff. And if nobody comes in, then I've lost a whole day of my business. Thankfully, I'm selling tomorrow, and I'm on with Becky's Vintage and More and Randy's Mooncraft Sunday at 10 in the morning Pacific time. So that is 1 o'clock Eastern time, Sunday on Becky's Vintage and More channel. She's a good friend of mine. She's a good lady. And I don't know Randy as well, but everything I've seen about Randy, I like. Haven't had any issues. She's a really knowledgeable, interesting, intelligent lady. Very kind. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I got one person in here. I'm just going to show some stuff, and either people come in or they don't, and I'll see what happens. I'm willing to go till 6, maybe 6:30. I already cooked my dinner. I already said the drill. It's the same drill as everyone. Invoice, PayPal, ship, pirate ship. I'm in Northern California. This is my first week of a 2-week build a box. If you want it sooner than that, you've got to email me and tell me. Otherwise, that's what's happening. And I don't do recaps. So you can always review what I've put in, which I haven't put in hardly anything because the internet went out. But whatever. Let's make the best of a bummer experience. I just sat here and played a super easy Sudoku game, which doesn't have to be online, waiting and waiting for the dang internet to boot back up. And I was just about to call it, and boom, it came up. Talk about a waste of time. Okay. Hello. So if you're new and you come in, today is vintage jewelry and household, mostly costume jewelry, but not all. Tomorrow is all costume jewelry. There'll be no more household as of 2026, except on when I'm on other people's channels that want to do that. Okay. So I'm kind of doing a clearing of stuff. This has a few little spots because it's been sitting on my shelf. It just needs me to wash it. It is a buy it now. It is a 1960s, that famous kind of turquoisey light color. Hand towel holder for the bathroom. These came in all different color. It's ceramic. It's a swan. And yeah, you just roll up your guest bath towel and put it in there. Doesn't weigh anything. It is about 5 inches long by about 4 inches tall. And it's actually really cool. I'm thinking about, I just redid my bathroom, and I'm possibly buying like a turquoisey color with other colors bath mat. And if I had a lot of guests up here at my homestead, I would use this. If you have a guest bathroom, you have a kid's bathroom, whatever. And it is from Saturday Night Limited Japan. So, I see this as 70s, but it could be MCM. Don't know enough about it. Boom. Buy it now for 5. Okay. If you're watching on the replay, you have 48 hours to claim. After that, I tend to redo prices either lower or higher, depending. Generally, they go lower, but not necessarily, because some things I get in and I haven't done enough research, and then after I'm sit here and I'm talking about stuff, I go and look it up as I'm chatting with you and learning from you, And I realized, oh, Lord, let me check this out. And then I'm like, you know, I should be asking just a little bit more. Okay, so this is a starting bid. Thank you for anyone who comes back. God bless you. I mean, this is not not happy for me. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I could have given up, but I really didn't want to. So I didn't. I was ready. Dinner's cooked. Busy reselling time this week, next week. So this is starting bid of 14. And it is the seashell salt and peppers. They are hand painted with little flowers. The tops, let me take this off. Let me show you the stand first. So I have seen quite a few of these online, but they're not painted. It's just glass, and they're called seashell. So this is painted with almost like a plasticized paint, if you will. They're from 50s and 60s. That is an inventory number, and this says Mary Gordon on the bottom of it. Why? I don't know. So this paint just makes this pop. Here's the two little indented to put the salt and peppers. Now, the ones I saw also had color plastic caps like red, orange, white. None of them had this. This one's tinted. None of them had these. And I believe that these are, in fact, overlaid or pure sterling silver because of the tarnish. And here I am just now wiping it with my shirt. Yeah. There you go. Like I said, I don't know if anyone's coming back in or not. And when I do that, it's actually polishing it up a little bit. It's wafer thin. But I think that is I don't think it's pewter. I honestly think it is a sterling silver, but it's so lightweight and so chintzy. I don't think it really matters. Here's the screw. I think they're gorgeous. They do have the seashell pattern. Also, the ones I saw, for the most part, are not painted. So $14 starting bid. There's the bottom. And they're itsy bitsy. They're probably like an inch by an inch. I thought they were sweet. And what I think is that these were one of the last gasps, if you will, of individual salt and peppers because they're so tiny. I think that's what they were meant to be for, most of our dining experiences. If you were rich and fancy, you had individual salt and peppers at everyone's place. So that's what this reminds me of. Tiny, but really cool. Okay. And as long as, golly, thank you for looking. Thank you for anyone that comes back. I unless a lot of people come back, I'm not going to stay until 6 or 6:30. It's just going to have to be one of those days where, where it was, just a waste. And I am, like I said, going to be selling with Becky's Vintage and More and her partner, Randy. Mooncraft Valley, I believe. And this is going to start at 14 as well. So I have all these items out, and I can add in a bunch of these to that show. It also, in 2 weeks, the 28th, I'm doing friend selling with friends. So, picking things out will serve a purpose. So I bought these, and I knew they were salt and peppies. I knew they were donkeys. I knew they were from the 50s. Look at their eyes. That's always the giveaway. But I didn't know how big they were. Somehow that didn't come across, because I collect figurines, right? And this is so thin, I think it's porcelain. Although you would think it would be ceramic, but it's probably ceramic, but it tings like porcelain. Made in Japan, 50s, boom. New corks. But they're big. And for some reason, pepper has a flower, but not salt. I love them. There's nothing wrong with them. But I thought they would be little, and I would just put them on my adorable animal collectible shelf. But these are big enough for a family of 10. So that's not going to work out. They're very detailed. Great ears. Great hair. They are like almost 5 inches tall. Yep. And I think they're hecka cute. But they're not exactly what I was thinking when I purchased. And they do, I'll just tell you one more time. Not quite porcelain, but if it's ceramic, it's pretty thin. So it's a mystery to me. There you go. Okay. Moving forward. And these probably, I have an idea where to bring them next and what to do with them. Okay. Let's do these two, and then I'm going to do some jewelry, and very likely need to call it, because everything just internet went out for an hour, and my phone, I only have Wi-Fi calling. So that's, I keep saying I'm going to change companies, and I haven't yet. And I need to do that because I need to be able to use my phone, whether I have the internet or not. So when the internet goes out, I can't even call the company and listen to, we have a slight outage. It will be back on in 30 minutes, or, it's going to be 10 hours, a whole system crashed, or whatever. So that's got to stop. Okay. This is less than I paid for these by quite a bit. But these are something that I still love them, but I'm changing my collectibles, unless it's a specific genre of things I collect. There's one, into much smaller littles on my huge shelf collection. And I love these. And when I bought these were expensive, and everyone wanted them. They are still expensive. They are still considered a top of the line planter. This is a mallard. It is Royal Copley. I'm pretty sure that this is Royal Copley, and the other one is Shawnee, or they may both be Royal Copley. Both of them are very collectible, and I get them mixed up. Look at him with his little tuft. Beautiful colors. I mean, I love old planters, and I actually collect the nursery ones. the little boy and girls and trains and cars and buggies and the really silly kitschy ones for like when someone has a baby, and I have a bunch of them. And I'm a birder, so when I saw these I was like, my God, that's so beautiful. I definitely need to pick these up. And this is just, they're so defined and the color is so good. Here's the bottom. And the 3 lines, I'm pretty sure that is the Royal Copley. When there's 3 lines, it's either the Royal Copley or the Shawnee. I always get it backwards. And he's big. He's like 8 inches long by about almost 6 inches tall. And the planter inside, beautiful. Beautiful. Love his tail. So that's one choice. And I love him. And I love this one as well. Now, see, this one does not have the line. So I think this is either the Copley or the Shawnee. It's one or the other. And I'm sorry I get it backwards every single time. He is a smaller planter. I was keeping photos in here, actually, and just turning him this way and having the photos behind. And they were just photos for me to look at. Look at his feet. Look at how realistic that is. And then the green has got the all the etched lines. It's really like it's grass. It's done so well. So this is a mallard. This is a male duck. This is a female duck. And they're not from the same company, but they're really like the same color wave. And I paid $35. Bidding was hot and heavy a couple years ago on Shawnee and Royal Copley, anything and everything. But like I say, since I moved up here and I'm permanently here and I have all the stuff from my parents, now I am thinning my collection. And this guy too is about 7 inches tall, but he's only about maybe 5 inches wide. So your choice or both. I like them together. Like I said, I'm just changing up what I collect. I love the cobalt blue in him. That is not a usual color that you see in these anymore. Okay. And the browns are like mauve. I mean, they're so good. And the beak on this guy is orange. They're good. They're really good. Okay. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. And this is why I don't sell household anymore, because nobody wants it. I don't get it. I do. I still buy household stuff. And on take one was my Inkole with the 3 Graces box. Just as a reminder. And the rope coil throne Japanese Ikebana vase. Okay. So now I'm just going to do some jewelry, and it's Thursday. I'm going to do it pretty fast. And I have probably 40 or 50 pieces. Because the internet was off for an hour, I'm not going to get to all of that. Not at all. Okay. This is also a buy it now, or this is a buy it now. I had one at the beginning for $8. I love these. I think these are so today. I think these are so MCM. They are vintage. They are plastic. They are kind of translucent. The square in a square, but rounded. I love them. Yep. And then right there, they have kind of like a gold tone in the top and the bottom. See there? Very fantastic fall color. And on the back, let me see. Yep. The back is more of a solid color so that the color on the front really pops through with that translucent. They match my nails. So they're like a gold orange. They're very bright in the sun. And they are probably about 2 inches long. Not that heavy wire. I love them. They would go with almost any color wave you can think of. They would match what I'm wearing, but almost everything I hold up to me matches what I'm wearing. So buy it now for $8. And I know what I'm going to be doing with those if no one claims them. I don't do recaps. So if you are interested in something, drop it in the chat. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning of my take one. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. I cannot believe it. Hi, Becky. Becky, my internet. Becky. Good Lord. It was so frustrating. I mean, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up, but I was like, nope, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to wait. This thing is going to come back on, and I'm going to come back. Oh, good Lord. Becky, how are you? I was just talking about that I'm doing a sale with you and Randy on Sunday. Yep. That's the thing. Oh, dropping little tiny pieces of jewelry is never a good idea. Hold on. I've got it. It's been a day. Oh, man. And then I did get up and I took my dog outside. And when I went outside, my phone was connected again. And I was like, oh, so the internet's on. And I come to the computer and it was still off. Ridiculous. So these are sterling silver. They are artisan. Are they vintage? Well, I have no idea. But I think they're really fun. They were in my preview. They're just tiny little things. They're sterling silver on sterling silver 925 wires. There is the 925 mark, which, you cannot read, and I'm not going to take the time to try to make it clear, but trust me, I bought these from someone who deals in much higher end vintage jewelry, and they're tiny. I mean, look how big they are on my finger. They're probably about half an inch. So they weigh nothing. They're gorgeous. $15. You want Christmas gifts? There you go. You want little small earrings that would fit on you? Perfect. To me, I kind of see these as like a storm blowing through. So those were $15. Yeah. Well, Becky, I have my sale today. Tomorrow, I have to go over the hill. There's events happening on Saturday. And then Sunday mornings. I have been going through a lot of items and looking at them and picking them out for all these different sales. And then, yeah. So I get it. Okay, this is a starting bid of 20. These are also sterling silver. They just say 925. 925. I do not believe. Yep. They just say 925. Here, tucked up in there, is a 925 on both of them, but they don't say where they were made. They are pierced. Now, these have older ruffle backs, so I believe these are vintage, and they are marcasite little hoops. They're beautiful. So they're sterling silver with marcasite, and they are very small. So you're going to get that little hoop, but they're not going to weigh anything. They're not going to bother your ears. Look how pretty that is. So, and the other thing about these, so there's I just want to point it out. There's the marcasites, and then these little beads are dropped individually. That is not a cut or etched. This is individually dropped little balls of silver, sterling silver. And they are that big. Again, about a half an inch. Another good Christmas present, y'all. Okay, so they're going down. Think about it. You can always come back and let me know. Now, these are the last pair of those. Style. And these are the most expensive of the 3 pairs. Starts at $24, and these are definitely vintage. And this is one of those ones that I could easily see keeping. But please, y'all, I don't know. Do I have like 50 pairs of earrings? Maybe more. So $925 on the back of these. Beautiful long wire. $925. Hold on, I'm looking. I think they say something. Hold on. I just unpacked these day before yesterday. So let me. It does say something. Oh my Lord. The maker is on the back, but I can't read it. It's a C something and then 925. So, and they are 100% sterling silver, and they too are marcasite, but even better. The detail, look at that. I mean, these are very classy. Marcasite became really popular in the 70s, 80s, but it was also popular during Victorian times, turn of the century. I do not believe that these are that old, but they're so pretty. And again, when I go way back here, you can't see that. It would be better over here. But then now, wait a minute, I'll get it. See? It's just delicate and dainty. Sterling silver with that marcasite. This is just, they're uncommonly delicious marcasite set. And I love the long, long wire, and then it hooks in, so they're not going anywhere. And because of the long, long wire, these are more like an 1.5 inch long, 1.25 inches. Okay. There you go. Those are my little earrings. Now, as long as I'm on an earring trip, let's stay there. I'm glad some people came back or showed up, or I don't even know, but thank you. That was awful. I really, it was like, I'm just going to cry. I'm trying so hard to show up and do this right, and then the internet goes out. But I have no control over that, and that's what I was like, well, you have no control over it. Just move on. Move on. Give it an hour. Play a game. Eat some Pringles. So these are newer costume jewelry. Gold tone. And they have, this is less than I paid for them. They're quite gorgeous. They have white and purple rhinestones. See that? Fact of the matter is, I could be wrong. These actually could be vintage. But they could be a newer Chinese takeoff on vintage. They don't have a maker. No matter what they are, they're beautiful if you like gold. And because there's no markings of gold tone or anything like that, you don't have to worry about them getting stolen. Buy it now. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not on the screen for $4. And they just, this lever back comes down and then locks on there pretty tightly. And I think they're modern. I don't think they're vintage, but I think they're really pretty. Buy it now, $4. Okay. Moving on. Some of these items I will be bringing to another sale. Okay, this is also a buy it now. This is my first week of a 2-week build-a-box, y'all. So, and I will be putting things together Thursday, Fridays, and on Sunday selling with Becky and Randy. And then billing at the end of 2 weeks. So I will be not invoicing until starting the 25th, 26th. Okay. And then actually I'm doing friend selling with friends on the 28th. So I probably will wait till that is done and invoice starting about the 30th. Therefore, if you buy something and you want it much sooner, you got to let me know by just sending me an email and saying, I don't want to wait till friend selling with friends, or I'm buying this item and I want it right away. And that's fine. And if you've never bought from me before and you just happened upon me, I ship from Northern California, Mendocino County. And I just told you I invoice every 2 weeks. I do a 2-week build-a-box. These are some funky, great, colorful. To me, they remind me of like LGBTQ. They also just remind me of rainbow in general. Guitar picks on little earring wires. They're plastic. They're just fun. And that is what they are. And they're buy it now for $2. I have no idea who Planet Waves is. I don't know anything about it. It probably has something to do with a guitar company. But I like them. And I'll tell you what I would do with these. I would undo this right here with a needle nose plier. You just put your needle nose plier and pull it to the side. And I would take the Planet Waves and turn it around. Take the jump ring off, turn it around, and put that in the back and have this be the front. So we'd just kind of see the wave through it, and you would just notice the rainbow, and you wouldn't have the logo glaring in your face. For $2, you can do that yourself. Okay. Let's get into some more serious jewelry, shall we? I think that's a good idea since I missed a lot, okay, of time. These are a starting bid choice. And these will come back tomorrow. But you have 48 hours to claim them. They will be the same price tomorrow. They're not inexpensive at all. They're pretty fabulous. Choice, $37. Hot off the presses to me. These are antique. Very heavy. Double-sided with the firing hole. Cloisonné bracelets. They are heavy. These are the real deal. This is actual gold wire. These are, if you look them up, I did my deep dive on them. These are turn of the century. These are antique. Let's see if I can get this just right. And to the right person that collects cloisonné, I want to, so you can see inside is like a kind of lime yellow, and you can see this is gold wire. This is actual gold wire. And right there, see the hole? That is the firing hole where when they fired the glass in the wire, because this is, cloisonné is glass that is fused together and put into these, the gold wire is applied, and then the pieces of glass are put in, and then the whole thing is fired and everything becomes fused. So this is on metal. You can hear the metal in there. And so they when they fired it to fuse all the glass together with the wire, they had those holes. Now, most cloisonné jewelry and bracelets, there's the other one that you see, do not have that because this was a harder, more tedious way to do these. And they found an easier, less expensive, less tedious, but still artisan way of doing it. You hear that? They're heavy. I mean, I would wager they weigh 2 or 3 ounces each. And these are in perfect condition. I mean, perfect condition. It fits me. My wrist is a 7.25. And I love the grass green here and the lime green inside. Look these up. These sell for a lot. Look them up. The other choice is the black one. This one has a lot more different colors on the front of the flowers with the gold wire. Trying to go slow enough that you see it. There you go. And it is black. And I believe they're like plum blossoms. And it too has, it's harder to show because it's black. It's much harder to show. Ooh, because it's black. The flowers inside here is a firing hole. And the gold, actual gold wire inside. Is that a slight pitting? Yes, that's a slight pitting. Just really tiny. It's barely noticeable. You see it on the camera. Because this is glass over metal. All hand artisan done. This is there. See, there's a firing hole. And this one too fits my hand, 7.25. This one is a little less heavy than this one. And it is perhaps a tiny bit smaller. I'll give you the inside dimension. And they are antique. These ones are in perfect condition. Except for that one little chip, 2.5 on the blue. And 2.5 on the black. And they were definitely worn and they were loved. They're absolutely stunning. And they make that great sound because they're on metal, but then inside they're hollow. But the metal on these is heavy because they're antique. Okay, so these will come back tomorrow at $37 a piece. And then, so that was your choice. Don't do recaps. And this is a starting bid for both. Of $46. These are also antique, but right after they stopped doing the firing with the hole, okay? And that's like not great history that how I'm saying it, but it's getting late. Oh, nope, I lied. I just lied. Because it's late and I got discombobulated. I'm sorry. They do have the firing hole. There it is. I was like, something I'm saying is not right. And sure enough, no, it was not right. So it still has a firing hole. They're a little smaller but they're still heavy. These, now what I want to say about these are cobalt blue glass that they used with the gold wire and white, light green, and pinkish flowers on the outside. And then a turquoise blue and pink on the inside. Now, what I want to say about this pair and why the both of them are starting bid of $46 is because these ones, I want to find it. Where is it? I want to show it to you. Because remember, this is glass, like stained glass or something, but fused. So this is not a chipping, but it is a manufacturing flaw. When they fused it, there's just a little bit sunken. But there are, and you can see here, you see how the metal has come through? It's not, well, it didn't come through. They're showing it. There. Okay, see there? There is some tiny chipping of the blue glass because whoever had these, okay, so I have a bunch of Asian objects and they all came from the same estate. And these are, antique. And they were, see right there? There's one. They have pitting because they're so old. And these ones were worn, obviously, all the time. They're still incredible. And when you have them on, nobody is going to notice the little imperfections that I'm noticing and that you're seeing, because we're looking at it so closely and inspecting it like that. When they're on your wrists, everyone is just going to admire your gorgeous cloisonne bracelets. But there are these little, and they're not sharp because the glass is very smooth once they fuse it. They fit on me 7.25, so it's going to be 2.5 opening. Both of these for $46 because they have that wear. And for all of these pieces, I know that I could ask more, but I'm not asking that much more than I paid for them. And if you love cloisonne, I've got it. So there you go. And they sound, because they're the old ones with the metal, they sound that high ping of glass and metal. It's really nice. Okay, moving on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for looking. Like I say, I'm going to show some more items, but not all of them because my internet went out. I mean, I literally had like 12 people and I was just starting to sell stuff, and then boom. Boom. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Oh, man. Thank you for whoever is here. I appreciate it. This is a starting bid of 16. This is an early 1970s spoon ring. Similar to this one, but this one is got this one. This is mine. And this one has the florals. It has the pattern. It's nice. It's silver. It's all that stuff. This one is actually much more detailed. And I'm going to take it. It kind of looks funny on the camera, but I want to show you this. So it's heavier. This one's much heavier. Inside it is Wallace Sterling. So the maker was Wallace, Wallace, Sterling. That's the pattern. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sorry. Right in here. And the artist took some liberty and melted this down a little more. And when they melted the silver, they added the black to pop the color. So they did a lot more kind of cutting out holes in it and adding the background, cutting the holes here. So and making more of a flourish here. They really see inside. It's almost like they reversed it. Inside is almost like the pattern, and then they somehow reversed it and spent time making it into something not quite as recognizable as this one. So starting bid of 16. Now I tend to wear them like this, but would this fit here? Probably if I separated it would. So I'll give you a size and I will move on. Of course, I hid my ring sizer. Yeah, some days just don't go quite how you think. In fact, that happens a lot to me. So the back is hitting right at a 6. So see, this would be a 7 when it's not swollen in the winter. So it is a 6. And I like that it's different a lot. Okay, that was a starting bid of 16. Thank you for looking. I've got a whole bunch of rings over here. A whole bunch that I guess I'm going to do like a whatnot. Because when I show rings, nobody seems interested. And I have a ton of sterling silver. This is a marcasite vintage. I have a ton of small vintage rings that I just got. That's an amethyst. So, sorry. So if anyone was interested in me showing, all my rings, I would. But I've never really gotten interest. And I have, quite a lot over there that, all different types. So what I really think, what I've started to do, I've put aside the bangles already. I put aside the tie clips. Now I'm going to put aside the rings, and I'm going to, have a show where it's just all rings. It's all bangles. It's all ephemera. It's all, because for some reason it doesn't seem to sell on YouTube. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know. So this is a starting bid of, if anyone understands why rings don't sell for me, or, tell me. Noelle. Noelle, I love you. I don't have any, Noelle. Size matters. Becky. Okay. So this starts at 16. Noelle, honey, I have to go through this one box, and I will try to do that tomorrow because I've got to go over the hill and come back before my sale. It's going to be really hard because I don't want to do it tomorrow. But I will go through it while I'm drinking coffee and see if I have any. And then I'm going to the Bay Area the week of the 25th. And I'm going to hit up a lot of my old haunts. So I'm hoping to find panel bracelets. Noelle. See you later, Becky. Size matters. So, Becky, they're small. So I don't know what, some are large, but most are smaller. So this gorgeous rhinestone crown, little tiny brooch, $16. It's from the 70s because it does just barely pokes through. No maker. It's little. It's probably about an inch. I like it. I am going to an event, except this would, we won't talk about it. So I'm thinking about. Okay, That started at 16. Becky, you have a good evening. And yes, I will see you later. I know it's like almost 6 o'clock. It's people's dinner time. Noelle, I promise I will look for panel bracelets in that one box store because I don't have any in here. And the end of the month, which will be a new start of the 2 week, I'm going to do a live sale while I'm down there, probably just Friday. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to show this, and then I'm going to show a few other things. I don't think anyone will want this, but you never know. You never know. Oof. This is one of the items that I need. I only have 2 people in here, but maybe someone will see it. You never know. This is Old Pawn. It is Navajo. It is from the Tuba Trading Post in Tuba City, Arizona. The borrower was Robert John. He was loaned $30 for this piece in 1991. Oh my Lord. Oh God, it has his social security number on it. This person could still be alive. I hope not. Replacement value was only $75. They even have his address and his signature. So he's probably dead. These red tickets is called Dead Pawn. The person didn't come back and claim it. They made some payments. They didn't make enough payments to pawn out miscellaneous. So in 1992, it was sold because they couldn't get it back for $75 and they were loaned $30. So what the deal is, it's my time. I'm here. People are here or they're not. It's in this plastic bag for a reason. The rope is tied to it. This is ancestral jewelry that every month Indians on reservations across the United States would take their jewelry that was handed down to them generation after generation and pawn it in order to eat, to survive. And then they would pay all the money back and get it back. And then they'd pawn another piece. It was terrible. It probably still goes on. Look at this piece. This is probably 100 years old. Sterling silver. There is no maker. It looks to have been stabilized. I don't think it started out as stabilized. Maybe it's a little bit newer, like 70s, 60s when they started stabilizing, but I don't think so traditionally. So what I know is traditionally this would have been handed down generation after generation, and it's an old piece. This is all sterling silver. It's all handcrafted, hand soldered. With all this gorgeous blue turquoise. It's a serious piece. And I know starting bid, let me put it on the screen. I forgot. You're welcome, Noelle. It's $180. I paid quite a bit to get my hands on it. And I'm not adverse to keeping it. at all. Fact of the matter is, if you look up dead pawn pieces like this on eBay, they sell for a lot more than what I'm asking. And I kind of, I bought this and I mean, someone has to own it because, the person whose family had it lost it. So someone needs to own it, and whoever does needs to love this pieces, treat them with respect, etc. Because to me, it's a little bit sad, It's a little bit sad, the story. But there you are. I mean, that's just our reality of the world we live in. So I've got one person in here, maybe Noelle. I don't know. So Noelle, if you're the only person in here and you just want to see panel bracelets, I don't have any. So what time is it? I'm going to stay until 6. And then that's it. So let's show a couple of these pieces. Starting bit. Yeah, Noelle, I thank you for coming back, Noelle. I mean, my internet was out for basically an hour. Erg. So this is a piece I've had since I was selling on eBay starting in 2001. I've had it a long time, hiding away in a box. Hey, what is this doing? And it's a different box, Noelle. It's a small box. And I decided to pull it out and show people. So I guess I'm showing it to you, Noelle. It's made in Japan, so it's from the 50s. It is missing its long extender. It only has the one. And I believe like this was late 50s, almost 60s because of the metal. Here's the Japan shepherd's hook. But the beads are beautiful. So I wanted to show that. It is faux pearls with these beautiful green-black seed beads in between. And then this shape, which I love. And then these here are aqua green, black, AB, with the filigrees. Let's see if I can. See that? It's like it's like, see the greens and purples? Really pretty. And then it's got I love this when they make it rough and bumpy like that and give it more style and glamour. So it's 3 strands and it is short. Here's the traditional kind of going into the 60s kind of, I call this a snake. Whatever holder, and it's on the cotton thread, so that makes it no later than the early 60s, because then they started doing wire and fishing line and all that stuff, which I don't love. I like it when it's on the cord. And there it is. It's really pretty. And it is, whoop, 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 look at that. It is tiny. This will not fit around my neck without the extender. This will not fit around my neck without the extender. So with the extender, it would have been one of those 15 inchers, meaning that it would have fallen right about there and been so elegant. And if you have anything that's messed up or screwed up, you can take this piece off and put a pearl or a silver tone metal extender, and then you can wear it. This is a stunning piece, and this is glass. The pearls are just faux plastic, but this is glass. And it's older glass. So there you go. I wanted to show that one. And what else? I don't know. I think I'm going to show this and that and call it a day. Yeah. I have 100-year-old. I just have Noelle in here because Noelle's a good friend. She feels sorry for me. Thank you for feeling sorry for me, Noelle. Oh, starting bid choice. Yeah, I have to put my whole sail together for tomorrow, Noelle, and try to get over the hill and be back by 4 o'clock. And I am not good at moving in the morning. This is going to be something else. Really, seriously, something else. I'm not sure. I mean, I could go over on Saturday, but Saturday there's stuff happening and I don't really want to be moving out and about in the world. So we'll see. So these are on the stretchy stuff, but it's really intact. I think it's newer. And this is Tiger's Eye. Well, thank you, Noelle. I appreciate that. This is Tiger's Eye. And, I mean, I have a beautiful Tiger's Eye necklace. I've brought lots of Tiger's Eye stuff. People generally really love Tiger's Eye. And this is some very nice pieces. But I only get people occasionally in here who really want to buy the Tiger's Eye. And this is just gorgeous golden tones. So there's that piece. Now this is multiple pieces of jade is what I believe. Could be a few interspersed different stones, but like this purple and white, that's jade. This, I believe, also is a type of jade with the inclusions, I believe. This is a jade with the green and the white. This speckled one, I'm unclear about that. This is a gray brown, what they call dirty jade, I'm pretty sure. This is a beautiful red, russet red and green jade. Here is a purple. Again, I'm not sure what that is. Another jade. Speckly, not sure. Not sure, but you get the point, right? It's actually really nice. Just the beads on here is worth $19. And I don't know. I mean, look how pretty it is. I don't know if I would wear this as a stretchy bracelet. First off, I'm not going to put it over my hand because it's smaller. Or if I would buy this and restring the beads to make something else. But look how the colors. Often I see these stone bracelets and it's like this, but they're just dyed stones and they're not attractive to me. Both of these pieces are very attractive. And if you've been around me a while, you know that I hardly ever bring stretch bracelets. I don't have much to do with them. But this is your choice, $19. These ones are nice and have a lot going on, and they would look great together, or I wouldn't bring them. Okay. So, Noelle, since you're here, I'm going to show one last thing, which I probably will show again tomorrow. But other than panel bracelets, Noelle, is there anything in particular that you would like to see before I show the last item and then jump off and just be grateful that the internet came back on for me to be able to sit and watch something on YouTube or elsewhere while I eat dinner? Noelle, is there anything in particular? I have that beautiful cut black glass with the gold with pink and black and orange rhinestones on the little balls. That necklace is so beautiful. I have an incredible artisan made copper on sterling silver chain, a copper pendant. But it's pretty pricey. So I don't know. So I'm going to show you all this. This right here is a Chinese symbol for good fortune. And you've got these birds. I'm assuming they're birds of paradise. And the leaves. Then you've got the artist signature right there. And I'll tell you what this is. The leaves, the artist signature again, and or a saying possibly, but I think it's the artist signature. It might actually be a saying because, where'd it go? Because there is a signature inside. Now, that is such a small signature that I can't tell if it's the same as that one on the outside. Maybe, maybe not. Now, you know what this is. It's a cuff, right? And it's large. So I think it might have been meant for a man because it's large. I'll give you a measurement in a minute. This does not say anywhere on it anything about silver, but I did a dive into these. So I have two. This is 100 years old or more, and these were made in China by melting down Spanish silver coins and making jewelry. Now, the Spanish silver coins were not 925 quality, probably more like 800 silver, similar to, say, some Taxco and some other European silver. But that is literally what they did. They took Spanish coins, silver, melted them down, and created this jewelry. And I thought that was really cool. And if you look these up online, they sell for way more than I would ask. So if someone was interested in this, let's see. I would be asking $90. And you can tell from the back, I mean, it's not like sterling silver. This is not going to polish up in the way that sterling silver would. It is older. You see how it's worn because it's antique. It is not going to polish up. I believe that the silver was put over another metal. But not necessarily, because they literally, the dive I did and the research I did, it's just melted Spanish coins. So they got the silver and they got 800 grade and whatever else was in those coins. Isn't that beautiful? And I'll tell you the dimensions and then I will call it a night. 3 inches. Yeah, 3 inches. So 3 inches in diameter. It is, so 3 inches makes it like a size 8. So I would say either you're a big boned woman or it's for a male. I mean, you can close it some for sure, but because this is antique and it's heavy, this probably weighs 3 ounces. So there you go. I had other things over here, but so that bracelet, if you were interested, started at $90. I thought I would educate y'all on some stuff and have fun with it. And Becky said, to bring these rings on Sunday when I go to her sale. I have a ton of them. Little tiny vintage sterling silver rings. So that's what I'll do. And you can watch on the replay. The prices are good for 48 hours. I will be back tomorrow at 4. Good night, Noelle. Thank you, my sweet friend. And then Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern time, I will be on Becky's Vintage and More, her and Randy Mooncraft, do a Sunday morning sale. And then the week after, Thursday, Friday, and the end of the month, Friends Selling with Friends on the 28th, and I'm going to do my Friday sale, even though I'm going to be down in the Bay Area both of those days. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with the internet shenanigans. Have a blessed evening. I'm going to go eat dinner. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. This was a really funky night. Okay. Bye, everyone.